Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Homestead. Today we're going to talk about how I price out tree jobs. I am not a professional tree removal company. I am working with a truck, a chipper, and a bunch of hand saws, mostly hand work, groundwork. I do some climbing, but most of the time it's storm cleanup, damaged trees. We're going to talk about how I price out jobs. I've been actually getting a few phone calls. I've thrown out a few bids. This whole side tree business is actually making some progress. However, read the comments below. This channel has a huge firewood community following, and there are people in the comments below that have done this professionally for years. So please skim through the comments, find somebody who has a tree company or tree service, and read what they have to say to chime in. I'm gonna give my thoughts. These are just how I price it out. Just again, I'm real basic, layman's, non like professional service, no cranes, no skid steers, nothing like that. This is just a one-man band, if you will. So yeah, let's get right into it. Number one, tree location. And I say this, tree location being, is it leaning over a house? Is it next to a house? Is it near power lines? What are the hazards? I kind of group that into one area. What is the tree location? Is it in the middle of 30 acres? Or is it literally next to a shed, a house, and a swimming pool? These are going to determine a huge difference. I bidded a job for $1,100. It was too broken. And do I have a photo? Yeah, I'll attach an overlay. I bidded this job $1,100 because on both sides of the tree were septic tanks, leach fields. And they had broken tops and they were leaning over. Again, I'll overlay the photo, but tree location is number one. I think obviously the most important factor in where the tree is. It's like I said, is it near a house? Is it leaning over a shed? Is it leaning over a pool? Is it in whatnot? So that I think is number one. Number two, I think is relevant is, these are in no particular order, is what kind of tree is it? For those of you who may be just joining us, we just did a white oak job. White oak is some premium firewood. So are you dealing with dead standing pine, which you really have, maybe you don't have much resale value? Me having the luxury of an outdoor boiler, if it grows in the woods, I can burn it. So the next thing, like I said, is what species of tree is it? Is it a hardwood tree? Is it a softwood tree? Tree species is important. Is it a straight, nice maple tree with a few branches on it? Or is it a hemlock that's got 400 branches on it? So these are all things you got to consider. Is it a saw log? Not that I do any sawmilling, but is it a log worth the sawmill, or is it just a firewood tree? These are all things you got to consider. What species of tree is it? So yeah, I think that's how I bidded this. The last job I bid low because I just wanted the wood. I wanted to cover my tracks, make a few bucks, and I wanted the wood. It was premium white oak, and it was easy access. So that's another thing. The third thing, like I just said, is access to the tree. Now, the first part of this video, I said the location of the tree, but the location of the tree, can you get a truck back there? Can you get a trailer back there? Can you get a wood chipper back there? Can you get a skid steer back there? Do these people have fences, small openings? Is there hills? Number one was the tree location. Is it near a house or a shed? But number two is, can you get a truck to it? Me, I'm only running a chipper on the back of the trailer and a 8-foot dump bed. An 8-foot bed on a truck here. I'm not running dump trailers, and I don't have cranes, and I don't have skid steers. So I need to pretty much be able to back right up to it. That's again how I price jobs, is if I can back a truck right up to it. The last job I did, the white oak job, I was able to back right up, so it was worth it to me. If I had to get the wood out through a fence, or maybe there's some hills, that's a whole different story. So how hard is it to get the wood out? Can you get equipment right up basically at the root of the tree? So that would be the third thing. Fourth thing would be chipping. Do you have to chip on site, or are you allowed to like stack the brush somewhere? Maybe the people want to have a bonfire or something. I'm running the Echo Bearcat chipper, and it is not the fastest thing. It works. It's all we could afford at the time. It's a decent chipper, but if you're able to just cut brush and leave it, or cut brush and maybe throw it in a tree line somewhere, which is what we were allowed to do on our last oak job, we had to chip most of it. That was part of the agreement, and some of it Dad and I threw into piles. So do you need a chipper or can you leave the brush? That makes a big difference as far as time goes, because I ran this small chipper and it works, but it takes a while. So I guess that would be the fourth thing is, can you chip or can you leave brush on site? That's another thing. Number 5 would be, do they want the wood or not? Some tree jobs, people may have a tree taken down that's beyond their expertise. Maybe they want the wood for firewood, maybe they want the wood for camp wood, maybe they want to split it up and sell it themselves or put it on the marketplace, who knows? So I guess that'd be the 5th thing. Is it a cut and run type of job, or do you need to haul the wood out? So that's how I would, those are just 5 basic things I would use to price out tree jobs. Again, I am not a 30-year veteran, but this is kind of how I look at jobs, and I am a low grade, you know, tree service. Just truck, small chipper, bunch of chainsaws, mostly handwork. So I'm not talking cranes and rigging. That's a whole nother story. If you got to get into rigging and cranes and all that stuff, these, you know, go find a professional tree company to give you an idea how to price jobs. But for the layman's person like me, that's just kind of how I price out tree jobs. Again, I'm not going to repeat myself. It's pretty straightforward. Those 5 things are pretty basic. The location, the type of tree, access to it, the species of it, and if they want the wood. I think those were the 5 things I covered. Those are all things to consider. So you can plus or minus some. You know, if some of these trees are in a tricky spot, but the owner wants to keep the wood, all you got to do is get it down, buck it up, and off you go. Get in the truck, see you later, checks on the dashboard. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this video. These are just things I'm starting to consider. What I want you to do is read the comments below. There are plenty of professional tree companies that follow me and my channel. Look to the comments below, and if you are a tree guy, feel free to leave a comment with basically if you agree, disagree, how else you look at it. So that's all I got for you today, folks. God bless. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And like I always say, we'll see you guys out in the woods.